Anyways, if you're looking to pass your CompTIA PenTest Plus certification, this example is going to help you a lot. Let's jump right into it. We have a mission brief, and it says you have been authorized to perform an internal network assessment of the MLA Tech legacy subnet. The IP address has been given in here. This environment hosts critical business logic and database services. Your objective is to map the attack surface and identify high-risk vulnerabilities susceptible to exploitation. There are a couple of objectives that we have in here, and our target data is mentioned in here. Then there are a bunch of tabs that I'm going to go through in order for you guys to see, then pause, then go back and forth in the video, and then answer. I'll just give you a couple of seconds, then I'm going to proceed through the explanations and give you all the things that you need to know. So the topology is like this. We have a firewall gateway, and then a web server, and then a file server, and a database server. The IP addresses are mentioned in here, so take a look at it. Then I'm going to go to the terminal, and this is where you need to look for the logs. So currently, since you do not have access to this terminal and you want to participate with me to solve this question, I will just give you the logs so that it would be easier. Maybe later on, after I've released this whole lab, you can go ahead and participate. But for now, this is just a simple Kali Linux terminal, and there are a couple of commands that you need to know in relation to a Linux terminal, how to read files, the most basic stuff. And a cheat sheet of those terminals have been given in here. So ls to list for the files, and then using cat to read the contents of those files. So if I type ls, pressing enter, it's telling me we have an Nmap scan, an Apache config, and the tester nodes, probably the penetration tester nodes. This is basically our nodes. So what do we have in here? If I cat the Nmap scan, I can just copy and paste it in here and then press enter. We have a bunch of stuff. If you're not familiar with Nmap, I'm going to release a video soon. So a bunch of ports that are open, like 22, 80, 443, and 3306. You need to be familiar with these ports and terminologies. Like by default, port 22 is for SSH. Now, obviously that can change. That's why we're mentioning by default. And then the version of that SSH is mentioned in here. So as a pen tester, you're going to have to understand that sometimes the version mentioned specifically in here can help you identify vulnerabilities. One of the things that you can do is to type in Google if there is any specific CVEs for this version of OpenSSH. Similarly for our Apache 2.4.18 and MySQL 5.5.60. So there are a couple of tricks that you can do known as Google dorking. As we move forward through this whole series, I'll try to explain them to you one by one. So it is expected from you to know these basic stuff when you want to take your exam. Now, as a bonus question, can you guys type in the comment, what do you think the initial Nmap command was to give us these results? And I'm specifically talking about the options that we will give to Nmap to give us these results. So that would be your bonus question. If you know it, write down in the comment. And we can already begin actually. We already know that there are some problems with our configuration in here. If you have experience, you should know that, for instance, this version of Apache is outdated. If not, during a real pentest scenario, you're gonna Google this one and you're gonna know. So let's try to cat this guy as well, and let's see what do we have. It says that we have the configuration of Apache, which is enabling the options indexes. So this is dangerous because it will allow us to have directory listing, meaning that people can try to understand what directories do we have in our web server, which can lead to compromising admin dashboard and whatnot. So inside the configuration, there is also a vulnerability, which is allowing people to list the directories. They can run an application like Deerbuster and try to list all the directories inside our server. So not something good. Let's try to see what we have in the last note. We have a bunch of rules of engagement. We cannot do a DOS attack and a DDoS attack. No social engineering is also allowed, and focusing on enumeration and vulnerability analysis only. All right. And then we have to report all high-risk findings immediately if there are any. And then use of automated scanner is permitted during the off-peak hours only, so not all the time. This is just mimicking the rules of engagement as a penetration tester in a real-life situation. During this scenario, maybe it will not help us that much. Then we have some initial observation. It says that legacy systems detected in the environment, Ubuntu 16.04. Web server appears to be primary entry point. Check for default configurations and known CVEs. All right. So the whole briefing tells us that we have some legacy subnet. So the term legacy tells us that we have something that is outdated. Also in here, it is mentioned that the Ubuntu is a legacy version. It's a very old version of Ubuntu 16.04. Currently, if I'm not mistaken, we have 24, the Ubuntu version, the latest version. Maybe there is a newer version that was released. I'm not sure. If you know that, you can write down in the comment section. But this is mimicking a real life engagement as well in a simplified version. So knowing that, let's try to go to the mission objectives and see what do we have. So I've explained all this stuff to you as a bonus, but all the understanding and critical thinking and analysis is upon you when you're taking the exam. Inside the mission objectives, I'll just read through the questions, then I'll pause for a second, you can try to answer, then I'll go and start over and give all the explanations. So the objective 1 says identify high-risk findings. Select the 2 most critical vulnerabilities based on the scan data. Take a couple of seconds. All right, we have vulnerability mapping. Map the specific vulnerability type to the affected service. Take a couple of seconds. You're going to have to map these guys in here. All right, best first action. Determine the lowest risk, highest value initial step. take a couple of seconds. And then remediation strategy, select the 2 most effective mitigation steps. So take a couple of seconds. All right, and let's begin. So as I've explained in here, we have a bunch of outdated systems and applications. First, the Apache, and second, we have the Ubuntu specifically. But also the configuration tells us that there are directory listings allowed, which it should not be. Now, initially what we want to do as the next step is probably to use this, to leverage this, to see if we can have any other findings. What other things we can do in here? Maybe we can try to see if we have default credentials for SSH, or we can try some common passwords like brute forcing it. Other things that we can do is similar for the MySQL. First, we can try default passwords or something like SQL injection. So as a penetration tester, and we're doing that all ethically, these are the things that comes to mind. So we're developing this mindset apart from the exam. Now, since these are the path that we have in front of ourselves, we can try to suggest remediations as well. So for instance, if the Apache version or OpenSSH version or MySQL version is outdated, which all of them are, we better suggest updating them and upgrading them to the latest version if it's possible. But sometimes it's not possible and you're going to have to make some other adjustments. But if that's the choice, we can do that immediately. Other than that, we can disable directory listing. So that would also be a suggestion that you would do inside your report. Hey, these are the remediations that I would suggest as a penetration tester. And I guess that's basically it. So if we have high risk findings other than these during the next steps, we're going to have to report that. But the whole simulation is slightly simplified, so that's it. Now, going to the mission objectives, all the way on top, let's read through these one more time. Identify high-risk findings, select the 2 most critical vulnerabilities based on the scan data. Well, first, we have the directory listing enabled. That's definitely one of the critical vulnerabilities out there. And between these, like the OpenSSH port is not specifically a critical vulnerability. HTTPS enabled is not a vulnerability at all. It's actually a good thing. Outdated Apache version and MySQL running on default port. So this is not also a critical vulnerability. So the best options in here is or are these 2, B and D. Okay, vulnerability mapping. We have mapping the specific vulnerability type to the affected service. For the Apache, MySQL, SSH, and HTTPS. So directory traversal is because of the Apache. So we're going to put this in here. Weak database authentication, obviously related to MySQL. It doesn't fit any of the other stuff. And then credential brute force. That's a vulnerability that can happen inside SSH. And then we have the SSL misconfiguration, which affects our HTTPS. The S is the secured version of HTTP, which has SSL, and that's why we call it HTTPS. And misconfiguration can happen there. Maybe weak cryptographic algorithms, the key size is not big enough, or we're using outdated algorithms and whatnot. So number 3, best first action. As I've mentioned, we want to look for directories. So among these, probably A would be the best answer, because performing SQL injection or attempting SSH brute force are not the best first action. Since we want the lowest risk and highest value, enumerating web directories would be the best one. Obviously, when you're starting your engagement as a penetration tester, this is also what you do. You're trying to enumerate over and over. And the lowest risk is that something like SQL injection most probably has slightly of a higher risk, because you're sending alerts to the security dashboard of the company, telling them that you're trying something malicious with all those SQL injection inputs. All right, number 4, remediation strategy. We've already talked about these two. The two most effective mitigations, what would be? So disable directory listing, probably this one. Upgrade Apache, this one as well. Change SSH port, we do not need that. Disable MySQL, not at all. Enable IDS, this is also a good thing, but since we can only select 2, the best options would be these 2 guys. All right, these are my answers. Hopefully they are correct. Let's try to submit and check. And regarding this whole thing, we have some explanations, in-depth explanations. I'll just go through them, show them to you. You can pause the video, but I will not give further explanations since it's going to make the video too long. So we've hit the target 100%. Good job to us. Let's try to see what do we have. So the question 1 is for the domain 3, objective 3.1. It's slightly hard, not too hard, intermediate. And then there are some explanations in relation to what we have, what options we have. So I'm going to pause for a second. Let's try to go to the next question, and then the explanations in relation to those, and the third question and the explanation in relation to those, and then the last question and the explanation in relation to those. All right, I hope you enjoyed and learned some stuff. I'll try to produce more videos and give you more explanation in relation to the terminologies, to the things that you need to know to pass your certification. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment if you have any question. I also will produce some premium materials inside the website, and soon I will release this whole PBQ and application in order to give you the opportunity to practice. So until then, have a nice rest of your time, and I wish you success in your exam.